Hey guys, we're here with my boy Bestoor, and we wanted to kind of show off his Infernoble deck list post Dune. So how are you feeling the deck for the next format?
I think the deck's really solid. Definitely like tier 2, maybe rogue.
You think so? Not tier 1?
I don't like. Maybe when the Battling Box support comes out, I'll be playing deck with those cards, and I think it becomes like a lot stronger, a lot more consistent with the Battling Boxer cards. But that doesn't come out until Able to Overlord. Until then, though, I think it's still pretty strong. I have a lot of fun playing the deck. I've been testing this for like a few months online, and I just love these cards. I have a lot of fun playing the deck. So
Awesome. Well, let's get right to the list.
all right. So 3 connector. And 1 Aqua Dolphin. So right now, like the main debate in the like Noble Knight community is like, what do you normal summon? I think Connector is the best one by far for now. Getting the hand knowledge is really strong, and even if this gets Ash, like you have a lot of ways to extend past it, so it's fine. And then 3 Renault. This card's crazy. 2 Ogier and then 2 Oliver. So Ogier is like the second normal summon. If you don't open a Connector, you definitely want to normal summon an Ogier. Ogier plus either one of these is full combo, and you don't even need to summon a Zolde, so like you can play through hand traps better that way, because the Zolde is sort of like, it's a really big choke point, but if you're able to normal summon Ogier with one of these two, you just go straight for Angelica, and it's really strong combo. And Renault, again, it's just like, it's the craziest card in the deck. Just special summon it from your hand for free, get anything you want back. Yeah. And Oliver becomes a lot better because you normal summon Connectors, so I play 2, because it's a level 1 tuner that you can summon from your hand. And then for the new ones, 1 Turpin, 1 Ricardo. So Turpin's essentially like Math Mech Sigma. If this card's in your hand or in your graveyard and you control a monster with an equip spell, you can special summon this card. If it comes from the graveyard, banish it. And then also, like Oliver and Ogier, has the effect to equip from the graveyard, and then it makes the monster equip to a tuner. And then Ricardo, this card's insane. This is like your newest Zolde target. So on summon, target a level 4 or lower fire warrior in your graveyard, special summon it, and then lock yourself into warriors for the turn. And the second effect in hand or grave, you banish this, and then summon any level 4 or lower fire warrior from your hand, but it becomes a tuner. You don't release the second effect on the first turn, but it's good follow-up, and then the first effect, obviously, like you bring this off as Zolde, you bring back one of your level 4s, and then you go full combo from there. This card's really good. And then for the other fire warriors, played 1 red layer, 1 fire flint lady. So I played this instead of the 3rd Ogier. I didn't want to like break on normal summons, but this deck has a problem of opening like no monsters, but you open Durendal and you have nothing to equip it to. So it's like, I just want to play 1 card that's not a normal summon that you could equip Durendal to combo off of. And then fire flint lady is really important because if you draw this and it's no longer in deck for Zolde, you just summon the fire flint lady instead, and then use the second effect to summon the Ricardo from your hand. And it's also just like a good extender to search off Durendal to play through hand traps. And then 2 Gearfried. This card's insane. Playing 1 is definitely like wrong. You want to be able to see this card. You want to play through Nib, through Droll, a bunch of hand traps, and this like opening this is just makes it so much easier to play through Nib and Droll. This card's really strong. And then for the last monsters, just play through Droll. I think in like the upcoming format, Droll's probably the best hand trap. You don't want to get FTK'd by Vanadium, and I don't think Ash is worth it in the main. Maybe if Branded and like Labyrinth become way more popular, then I might put it back. But I think for now, Droll is just fine. And then for the equip spells, so play 3 Durendal. This is the Rhoda. Equip to any monster on the field. Add a level 5 or lower fire warrior. This card is really strong. Searches basically your entire deck besides Connector. And the second effect also comes up where if it's equipped to a monster and that monster is sent to the grave, special summon fire warrior from the graveyard. This card's really, really strong. And then the other noble arms equipped, I played the 1 Almas. This is new. So this is essentially like this is like the Rhoda 4 Durendal. So you equip this, and then you can use the effect on field to equip any noble arms equip spell from your deck or graveyard to monster on the field. So you normally equip Durendal. But the second effect is also really strong, where if the monster is equipped to sent to the graveyard, add a fire warrior from the banish of the graveyard back to your hand. That's usually the effect you're using mid combo to get like Gearfried back into your hand. And the Joyce is mandatory for the 1 card combo of Connector, because you want to use the second effect. So basically, on the field, this will add back a fire warrior from the graveyard, and then the second effect, like the other ones, if it's sent to the graveyard, it can special summon a fire warrior from your hand. That effect is really important for the combo. And then I played 1 Living Fossil and 1 Phoenix Blade. Phoenix Blade's still broken. Send this off as Zolde, like banish your entire graveyard, add it back a million times. This card's so strong. And then Living Fossil, so you need 5 equips in your deck with different names for the combo, and I just decided to play Living Fossil because if I draw, it's not a brick, it's just a monster reborn. So yeah, that's why I played that. And then 3 Noble Arms Museum. I don't have the 3rd one yet. I'm doing my best to find it, but yeah, no one seems to be playing this card. But this card's insane. This is definitely the best support we got in Duelist Nexus. So the first, 3 effects. makes all your fire warriors gain 500. And then also pay 12 to add any of your Noble Arms equipped spells from your deck to your hand. And then if you successfully resolve the first effect, you can special summon any warrior monster from your spell trap zone. And all of this, like, these effects are soft once per turn. So you can, like, open all 3 and use all 3 in the same turn. It's so insane. Every single copy of this you open is, like, 1 more negate on your end board, 1 more hand trap you can play through. This card is so good. I love this card. 3 Heritage and 1 Rhoda. It's basically just 4 Rhodas. The thing that's really good about this card is this also adds Museum. So this card just became so much better. And you just want, like, you want to see your starters. There's a free consistency, so yeah. And then for the non-engine, I played 2 Talents, 2 Thrust, and 2 Dark Ruler. I think Thrust is really good in this deck because it adds Heritage. So, and it's basically Thrust adds Heritage, adds Museum, and it's like the craziest extender going second. And then Talents because you want to play through hand traps, and Dark Ruler because like it's just generic, hits every deck. You just like, you don't want to play through these end boards. Like the end boards right now are insane, so just you gotta draw Dark Ruler. And then the extra deck played 2 Angelica. I think this is standard. You should be playing 2 Angelica. This guy's really, really good. So on summon, it adds Museum or Horn of Oliphant, which I don't main deck, but you can if you want to. And then the second effect, when this card is targeted by a card effect or for an attack, it'll banish itself, send a fire warrior to the graveyard, and then special summon a Roland monster from your main deck or extra deck. And we're special summoning the extra deck Roland. I don't play main deck Roland. I think that card's awful. But yeah, you play the 1 Roland. I don't think you need the second one. It's not really worth it. Once you have this engraved, like this card served its purpose. So that's it for the Synchro 5s. And I played 2 Infernoble Emperor Charles. I think you should play the second one. It's important to always like have the second one for the crackback. Like if your first one gets outed, you don't really want to be like Renaulting back Charles. You just want to have this. And then the last synchro is just Baron. This card's broken. It's a warrior, so like even if you warrior lock yourself, you're always summoning this card. This card is insane. And links, I played 2 Isolde and 1 Ferocious Flame Swordsman. This card's really important because you're gonna have like weird hands where you're forced to like normal summon Droll and Lockbird and to equip Durendal and then search, and you want to be able to like go into a warrior to eventually link into Isolde. And because it's a fire warrior, you can special summon Renault from your hand and go into Isolde from there. Like it makes your worst hands like able to combo. So I think it's important to play this card. And the rest of the links, 2 Charlemagne. I don't care what Konami calls this card. It's always Charlemagne to me. Like this card's sick. Spell trap negate on summon, it copies Charles, so it gets the pop and the end phase attached. This card's crazy. You can summon both in 1 turn and just have like infinite negates because it's soft once per turn on the negate. Yeah, I love this card. And then the last link, I played 1 Goki the Power Load Ogre. This card's actually insane. So basically, going second, you summon this. So like when you go into the combo, it's like if you open Dark Rule or something, you go for this and you can like pop 4 cards your opponent controls. It's also a towers. So like against Labyrinth, you just summon this and they can't out it. And you just like leave, and then like on your turn, just go, okay, pop 4 and just like pop all their back row. This also outs skill drain because it tributes itself for cost. So I think this card's really strong. I played this over access code because if you get warrior locked, you still want to be able to like go into your link 4 and like pop all your opponent's cards. And then the XYZs, I played 1 Castenin, 1 Artorigus. So Artorigus is mandatory for the combo for the Neospace connector. So on summon, it'll equip Noble Arms equips from your graveyard. So you equip Joyous and Durendal, and then you combo from there. And then Castenin is really good going second. So on field, its effect will detach however many materials from it you want, and then bounce that number of cards your opponent controls to the hand. And then the second effect is really important. So when this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, it'll special summon a Noble Knight X Seas monster from your extra deck and equip itself as material. So basically, you summon Castenin and you go for the effective bounce and you bait like a negate. And if it gets negated and destroyed, you summon Artorigus and then attack with it. And then main phase 2, you slap Zeus on top of it. And yeah, it's just really strong. Like this baits like 2 negates, and then you just go for Zeus, and it's really good going second. That's it for that strike. So side deck, I said 3 Ash and 2 Bell. This is for Branded and Labyrinth. Those cards will still be around. I don't think it's like necessary to main deck this though, because I don't think it'd be as popular as like some of the other decks. 2 Kurikara for Pearly. Next comeback, the Noir is insane, so yeah, I think it's pretty good to play this. And they're always going like standby phase sleepy to draw, so this is always live. Back row hate because Labyrinth. and anti-spell, so you gotta play Cosmic. And then for going first, you play the Call by the Grave, because this deck auto-loses to Shifter. All of your negates require you to send your equips to the graveyard for cost, so your deck just doesn't function under Shifter, so you kind of want to see this card. I played one Noble Knight. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this card's name. I have no idea. So basically, you equip this to a warrior, and then you target a set card your opponent controls, and you can pop it. So this could like force back rows, and it's searchable off of Heritage, and it's also, which makes it searchable off of Thrust going second. So yeah, this card's kind of nice. And then going first, one Horn Oliphant, searchable off Angelica, and you can set it off of Thrust. So I don't think it's worth it to main deck this, but it's really, really good, like going first post side. And then 2D Barrier. Hurley, Cash, like pretty much every deck kind of loses to D Barrier now. I think this card's really strong, and because you main deck Thrust, you can just set it when your opponent tries to hand trap you. Yeah, so I think this is really good.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for the deck profile. I'm sure you're excited for this to become legal.
Yeah, for sure.
Any last shoutouts?
Shoutouts to Migs, Dane, David for playtesting with me. Shoutouts to everyone who helped me find cards, and huge shout out to James for having me on the channel as always. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.